Я хотел бы представить сегодня первого спикера. Это очень интересный человек, который расскажет нам про то, как выглядит город будущего. Я хотел бы пригласить на сцену господина Хироши Хори, Институт of Life and Living.
Hi everyone. Thank you for having me. So I'm Hiroshi Hori from HIL, which is the Hakuhodo Institute of Life and Living. Today, I would like to talk about the future of the city. The theme is Open the Door of the Future City. So, I came from Hakuhodo Institute of Life and Living. Hakuhodo is the second largest advertising agency in Japan. And this institute is not only for the academic purpose. We pursue how to maximize the communication and marketing result from people point of view. Why people is important? Of course, technology changed ourselves dramatically for many categories. But moreover, the insight, people's wants, need is a big motivation toward to change the world. We usually use the words consumer. But consumer is just only the one aspect of the people. So talking about me, so sometimes I'm the consumer for any services and products, but at the same time, I'm the father of my kids, husband of my wife, member of the community, and love of the social networks, and so on. So people has wide range of the living. So therefore, we focus the people. We see people as a people. We call it the seikatsu insight approach. So first, we see the people as a people, observe the whole person. And the second, we know the cause of their behavior. And third, we can design their future lifestyle. So today, I would like to explain the future of the town, but it's not only from the technology point of view. After we did many survey, qualitative and quantitative survey, so we dedicate two perspectives. Can I go? No. Yeah. One is the living space, which we might say the hardware of the city. And second one is the human relationship. We might say the software of the city. And talking about living in town, living space in town. Town has different spaces that are essential to our lives, such as office, shop, school, playground, nursery, and a community space for people to interact. Each space has facility, tools, and function to support daily life. We go between different spaces every day. And human relationship in town. We are connected as a neighbor, family, friends, colleagues, shop attendants in town. Recently, many people, almost all people connected by social networks. People feel sometimes very happy with the social network, but sometimes people tired of connecting via social networks. We have the two different types of emotion toward living space in town and human relationship in town, which is, we might say that open or closed relationship. Talking about the living in town, some people prefer shared outside the house. Some people prefer converge in their house. And talking about the human relationship, some people like to help one another. But at the same time, another people love self-reliance. And in simply say, open or closed, open space or closed space, open relationship or closed relationship, about living space in town and human relationship in town. If we set these two elements in one chart, vertical axis shows the living space, open space or closed space. And the horizontal axis shows the open relationship and closed relationship. According to these two axes, we made 4 scenarios. First one is sharing outside house, help one another. This is people want to open their space and also open relationship with their community. And the second one is sharing outside the house, but they want to keep their privacy and independence are respected. Third one is closed space but open mind. Stay in the house and help one another. The last one is closed relationship in closed space. Everything is done in the house, independent, no interference. According to these 4 scenarios, we unleash our creativity. What kind of the town will become according to these 4 scenarios? Open or closed? Open space or closed space? Let me take you through to the year 2000, let's say 2025, 6 years later on. I would like to explain each city one by one. Some of you might feel this is so unrealistic, very comic way, science fiction way. But today, I would like to emphasize more on the people inside behind these 4 scenarios. According to their motivation, many technology suitable for these scenarios. So let's start with the first town. Open space, open relationship. We name a town without keys. All the functions that are in-house and shared outside the house, the people connect by mutual help. So in short, everything get done in public space. Kitchen, living, bedroom, bath, and many things happen in town. For example, cooking and eating experience is shared. Today is a day for the kids to share their dining experience. Today is a pizza day for 100 people. People share kids are sharing their dining experience with their neighbors, friends, relatives in town. So as I mentioned, some of you feel this is not unrealistic. But let me show you one of the examples in Japan. This is Okate Nishiogi. This is a shared home kitchen. This space is a shared kitchen with their neighbors. And this is the spacious, very large space for ordinary Japanese family. And people share their evening experience one another. And this is sharing dining and by membership. And member gets together here to cook and eat together. Next image is the hyper onsenran. Onsen is a Japanese hot spring space. Relaxing and catching up together, hyper onsenran in town. But this place is not only for relaxing, for baths, but you can see the small sign right side with the solar system. You can see the topic in town, information of the town, what kind of event happening around here. We can communicate each other and get to know what's happening in town. In this town, people need to support each other, but we need to give the motivation to give the people to help each other. This is one of the example in Japan. This is Japan's hometown tax donation program. People can choose their tax to their hometown instead of where they are living right now. So to support their hometown, they received a tax deduction that covered the rest of the total donation cost. And in this town, a community built on connection, and the core value is do it ourselves. In this context, or we might say this is one of the people's insight. So enterprise, product and service must be the organizer, how to build the good community of this town, driving people to get together and connect. So thinking about second scenario, a town without address. People want to live in open space, but keep their privacy. So living function in the house are offered as a services in the location outside the house. People move from one location to another to get services, to maximizing benefit of non-possession by mobility. People move all over the town to fulfill their needs. Shops that address fragmented needs are all over the place, so each shop shows a mark to let people know what they can expect. For example, a shop with a fish painted on offer education on fish has a fishing pond, and people can cook and eat the fish they caught. People move from shop to create their preferred lifestyle outside the house, keeping their privacy and preference. So the supermarket, how should it be? So people want cook by themselves, not only for shopping. In order to fit their needs, the kitchen is settled next to the shop market. Recent years have been seeing the increase of supermarket and convenience chain store with a place for shopper to sit down and eat. Maybe in 10 years, we'll have access to a supermarket with a built-in home kitchen. Looking at the Lena, the fashion library in Amsterdam, you can borrow and exchange clothes. You can even buy borrowed clothes. You feel like having free wardrobe outside your house. There's a similar service in Toronto called Kitchen Library. If you are not regular home cook, you can go to the library to receive cookware and kitchen appliance. And in this town, traveling space become living space. The mobility is one of the key elements of the city. For them, improved mobility stands for improved life living. Thanks to self-driving technology, some people transform driving space into clothes and beds so that they can relax and even get sleep while traveling. People prefer my hover coach. So, this is the actual bus. So it looks like a cafe or someone's living room, but this is a bus. A counter next to the window has power outlets. This is an interesting initiative by a company called Leap, based in San Francisco. You can say this is a next generation commuter bus. So fashion is also modified to ease of moving around. Since people are always on the go, people embrace less is better mindset. That applies to fashion. To them, fashion is all about ease of their moving interest. So in this town, we might call this nomad town. Core value of this town is moving around to get services. Enterprises must be the host of their communication. Let's move on to the third scenario. The third town is all about closed space and open human relationship. We name this town a town without walls. Unlike other towns, everything you need to live in the house. Human relations are truly open in nature so that residents connect with people around the world while staying in the house. To summarize what makes this town unique, this town gives you access to the world while staying in your own house. In this town, you can shop till you drop in your own house. How come? Because shop attendants from all over the world visit you and serve you home in hologram technology. This middle-aged woman is negotiating price discount and asking for giveaway with a shop attendant from Mexico. People in this town seem to love doing this because unlike online shopping, you can enjoy real-time personal interaction. You can stay at home and having a business meeting. So in this town, people no longer commute to work. Travel no longer requires time or money. And yeah, this is a service offering remote live office called Smooth Space available in Japan. The beauty of this is you can talk to people in distance location as if you are in the same office. And in this town, virtual me becomes real me. What does it mean? People interact using avatars with touch up on your facial feature and your body figures. For fashion, people begin to care less about how they dress, but they pay attention to avatars who are dressed to perfection. This may sound bizarre, but this is the reality in this town. While people begin to see their idea portrayed in their avatars, they begin to see a wide gap between their virtual and real image. Some are all upset about the gap. There's a new social phenomenon called avatar syndrome. You might be familiar with that. Yeah, in this town, social networking house, core value is ease of connecting with the world. So enterprise should be intermediary role. And final town is closed space and closed mindset. This is a town without windows. The lifestyle in this town could be described as a happy and rich homebody for the young and old alike. For instance, the entire wall in a living room is a giant screen for projecting different landscapes around the world. This is an actual picture. Just inside of the room look like a window, but those lights are developed by a company in Italy. The photograph shows an artificial reproduction of the Mediterranean sun. The top light is artificial. So we can enjoy outside of mood, the soft sunlight or the heavy sunlight. We can enjoy as we are outside. And also, food delivery experience might be the more personalized experience. People enjoy not only delivering the food, but also they can enjoy as a hero entertaining contents with the delivery experience. Even going to outside or connecting other people. Yeah, this is one of the example of technology, 3D footprint. We can enjoy inside without going outside, the food meal. In this town, people can be themselves without worrying about how they are seen by others. So, people are very relaxing, enjoying rich shopping experience without interact each other. So looking back the previous scenario, people are enjoying the interacting people with outside of the country, even they are in their room. Maybe people has two different type of the wants, needs at the same time. Sometimes people feel more, human-like communication. But at the same time, people feel more convenient way, rational way to order something. So technology must follow their insight. In this town, all-in-one shelter and completely personalized lifestyle. So enterprise must be the conscious for the people. So what I've done so far is show you the glimpse of Fort Town. There are many other options and ideas for the Fort Town. Today I showed some example. So as I mentioned, this seems be a little bit not realistic in this moment. But we would like to argue what kind of the insight behind these four scenarios. When we looking at the technology or data, so what kind of insight is hidden behind the data and technology? That is a key for the success. And also, about these four scenarios, I talked with my colleague in Hokkaido, Russia office staff, they show me the similar example based on the fourth scenario. Thinking about the town without keys, we might remember the day back to USSR, co-living space, or that we could see the many food event, for example, food event in Moscow City. How about the town without address? People open the space, but more close relationship. Co-car sharing, co-working, or food sharing could be the one of the direction based on this scenario. A town without walls, closed space, but open relationship. It's the remote type of the work is the similar example. And also last one, a town without windows, closed space, closed relationship. Is one of the example is delivering service and online shopping is already people adopted. As I mentioned earlier, this is just a glimpse of the future image of the city. So again, as a marketer, as a researcher, I would like to argue that the people inside comes to first, and next, how we can see how to utilize big data and technology. So that is a key for opening the door of the future city. That's all. Thank you.
Коллеги, мы открываем возможность задавать вопросы, и, соответственно, дальше у нас будет голосование. Давайте коротко еще раз подведем итог, что сегодня прозвучало. На самом деле у нас действительно в последнее время очень быстро меняется жизнь. И уже сегодня мы можем видеть, что многие из нас живут в одном из этих 4 городов. Мы действительно очень много проводим времени в общении, мы стали открыты. Да, вот сегодня есть статистика о том, что мы общаемся, поддерживаем контакт с около сотни человек каждый день, потому что есть технические возможности, да, есть мессенджеры. Да, мы также уже живем с вами в такой shared экономике, да, понятно, каршеринг очень хороший пример. Вот. И точно так же иногда у нас возникает желание побыть в городе, где нету окон, где мы действительно устаем от этого цифрового мира и от общения, и хотим побыть сами собой. В этой связи я хотел бы задать первый вопрос нашему спикеру. Я буду говорить по-английски. Хироши, do you think that the society will go into one of these 4 directions, or each of us sometimes need to live in one city and the other times in another one, depending on what kind of impressions we have? For example, for me, I would probably spend one day in a city without keys or even without doors, but I think sooner or later I would spend another day or 2 in a city without windows. So what is your expectation? Do we move into the one direction in the long run, or it will always should be 4 cities for each person?
Yeah, good question. Thank you. So the answer is not only one direction. People choose multi-direction. So according to our survey, people choose almost equally for 4 scenarios, but slightly closed direction, closed space, but open relationship is the most preferable, but almost the same kind of direction preference in Japan. So I think, as I mentioned, it's and also the same one person has different type of demands. It depends on the time, situation. Okay, the people. So therefore, the simultaneous scenario are going to at the same time. So we need to think about both different type of needs at the same time.
Okay. Well, then we have a question from the audience. Коллеги, и предлагаю задавать вопросы и голосовать за них. Hiroshi, so far the question which has maximum number of votes is the question in which out of these 4 cities there will be maximum number of people, there will be more people. Where? What do you think?
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean that you say about 4 cities. Which one will be the most crowded? Where the most people going to live? What do you expect?
Oh, people like to close.
Yeah, in the future, out of these 4.
Yeah. Maybe looking at the advanced technology, so we might be able to more, personalized life. So people might prefer the more, personalized world. So.
Meaning no windows.
Yeah, no windows.
So you think that would be so when we have no proximity to each other, just live inside the door. Okay. And the next question which is asked, that's what is because you definitely have a hometown. Yeah. So what kind of city, what type of city is your hometown?
Hometown?
Yes. The city where you're born or where you live.
I was born and grew up in the local area. People interact directly, but now I'm living in Tokyo.
Okay.
People are, so many people living in a very small area. So therefore, people are feeling some stress to interact with each other. Especially we are, taking the train over Parkway Ring Park every morning. So therefore people has their own space, but the people want to connect with each other. So therefore we are using the digital platform at the same time. So therefore I could understand the feeling that people connect directly, but at the same time I feel that some stress to connect to each other. So therefore, maybe it's better to understand the differentiate relationship, which is the strong relationship with the more intimate relationship, and the weak connection is just the more, more friend-like relationship. We have to manage the good balance with the 2 different types of the communication.
Okay. Well, as a futurist, do you believe at all in a personal communication, or the future is all the digital connection? So we'll not speak to each other, we'll speak over the smartphone or any other device or technology is going to happen in the future. Or you believe there is still a value of people talk to each other personally, and this value will survive all the evolution processes in the long run?
Yeah, actually, as I mentioned, there are a very, 2 different types of emotion toward the digital communication, which is the more convenient. Sometimes we feel some stress to the communication. So therefore, personally, I think that one of the key to solve the problem is to utilize AI communication into people's communication. Like, how to make the more personalized, more reliable, easy way to communicate is currently we connect, direct to the people to people, but in the near future, maybe the AI and machine learning will learn how to, more get better communication from the AI point of view.
Okay, thank you very much, and thank you, коллеги. И у нас и еще у нас есть голосование. Да, мы бы попросили бы всех проголосовать за то, в каком городе кто хочет жить. Я так понимаю, что у нас уже голосование открыто, верно? Да, хорошо, давайте сделаем то, что нужно, чтобы проголосовать, нажмем кнопку, и потом нам эту информацию выведут на экран.
Дамы и господа, вы увидели пуш-уведомления на ваших телефонах. Если вы установили приложение, если вы еще этого не сделали, можно быстро это сделать, используя QR-код на оборотной стороне вашего бейджа. И сейчас на экране вы уже видите результаты онлайн-голосования, которые меняются в процессе, в ходе того, как вы голосуете. Нужно просто нажать на тот вариант, который вам больше нравится. В каком из 4 городов будущего вы хотели бы жить? Город без ключей, город без адреса, город без стен или город без окон?
Ну, наверное, мне кажется, что цифры уже принципиально не изменятся. Я думаю, что можно подвести итог. То есть все-таки мы сегодня за общение. Несмотря на то, что общения, как кажется, у нас достаточно много в жизни в современной, мы все равно хотим жить в городе без стен. В первую очередь, где у нас на самом деле очень много возможностей быть все время вместе. Интересно, да, и при этом вот то, о чем сказал Хироши, то, что будущее как раз за городом без окон, когда каждый будет жить в индивидуальном мире с какими-то, так сказать, с персональным своим какой-то построенной микросистемой. Вот, похоже, что мы с этим не согласны. Но я со своей стороны хочу сказать, что и слава Богу, потому что мне, честно говоря, тоже очень бы не хотелось, чтобы мы жили так, потому что очень много ценного и того, что мы приобретаем в жизни, как мы развиваемся, как мы строим бизнес, это происходит в рамках общения с людьми. Вот мы сегодня здесь собрались с вами ровно для этого, и я бы хотел, чтобы мы не только просидели в зале и послушали наших выступающих, хотя я уверен, что будет интересно, но и потратили это время на общение всем вместе, потому что у нас абсолютно замечательный состав приглашенных. У нас здесь практически все ведущие компании нашей страны, и не только. Вот. И мне кажется, что качество того, как хорошо мы проведем сегодняшний вечер, будет еще зависеть от того, как эффективно мы сможем пообщаться, познакомиться и, возможно, установить новые контакты, открыть для себя новые возможности.